concept can kind of apply some stresses to things. I think we want to see what the concept is after. Like we just want to work and then look at it and then analyze it, and then we'll figure out what's been going on, because the work is going to tell us what's happening, I think. So the concept is really like, let me appreciate what he's doing. What can I do to extend that? Step back, let him go in and extend that further. And not, you know, all egos, there's no ego here. And maybe on my end I have ego, yes, but Jaybo doesn't have ego. Jaybo is a pure, true artist. And so I can come in and have my thing and then step back and let him do his because I trust him, and vice versa. So we just go in, just let's see what happens. We were both excited to see what's going to happen, as much as we're excited to make the works.
I don't understand it.
I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised it is a phenomenon. Just, it's beautiful to see something start and then blossom. I think that's been fascinating to see, and especially being kind of one of the folks that's been part of the beginning stages of the documentation of it on the blog. Back in the day, like cats that were involved in graffiti, they didn't give a shit, like they didn't care about art. Nowadays there's a lot of cats that do art and are involved in graph, and so those cats are getting a lot more visibility because of that early interest in the art form. The thing is now, there's a lot more, there's been attention to it because there's heads that are really taking it further, going strong and hard on it. But I mean, Futura, Phase 2, Delta, Ramel Z, Part 2ism, these dudes been on it. And they weren't on it to like, they were on it only because they needed to expand their own works. They weren't trying to title something, they were just doing what they needed to do. And that's what cats are doing. That's a tough one to call. I don't know. I don't think I pay that much attention to it as much as I probably should. Anyone that cares about the work they're doing and cares about taking it further will do that, regardless of whatever title it ends up falling under.
This is the first time in my life that I'm doing something without concept. This is completely free of concept, free of title, and free of everything I could imagine.
This is kind of just, you know, two friends that love to paint, that just want to paint and then show some recent work that they made together while one of them was visiting Los Angeles. So is it a show? Yes, it is. Does the show have a title? No. It's just, you know, we want to put paint to brush, brush to canvas, have fun.
Just because of that, because I always think what I do. When I saw what I do, now I don't. So it's completely free.
In my life recently, I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I haven't sat in a studio to really produce work since a solo I had at Soze Gallery. So just actually right now being in a facility just painting, and that's all I'm really doing, and like kind of blocking out society and life and just painting is refreshing. Maybe just painting around Jaybo feels refreshing and just at an ease, and there isn't really a stress. I'm not worried about like what I'm painting. I just want to paint. So the works are basically just reflective of what I normally do in this exercise in line and shape and form and balance, and then bringing that in and painting side by side with Jay is like, cool, there's no stress. I can kind of bounce off him, be energized and be inspired and do my thing. I think it's vice versa. So this is really about just the works being produced. When they're on display, it's just that the finale in a way. So this is really, this process is for us, the finale is for everyone else. Jaybo works in a fractal state, incorporates figurative works, but then abstracts them and dissects them. So I think I have a fascination and affinity with deconstruction as well. So I think that relates really well.
I don't know if it works, but Kofie let me do it, and that's quite okay. I think we have like the same matching colors, same rhythm in the pictures.
Technically, we're minimizing our palette. Like I'm sticking to certain colors, and I don't want the pieces to be random because I have a tendency to do one piece and go completely opposite on the next out of just pure frustration in essence. But in this case, we're playing off each other. All the pieces are in the same room. We're looking at colors. We're thinking about the end result, but focusing more on just process. So I think that would be the one thing that people will recognize and notice off bat is that the familiarity of each other's fractal approach and just the dissection of the works.
We don't ask ourselves. We just do it. We just go there and do it. And if it's cool, I take all the credit. And if it's wrong, I'm gonna blame Kofie. Yeah. Kofie is a great guy, and I'm happy he let me be peace. Oh, definitely, yeah. Otherwise, I won't trust myself to do something like this. I will be too shy. But now he's a friend and he's also a fellow agent. It just helped. We try to push forward what we started last year and see where we just, where we're going.
I probably do have an automatistic approach to painting. I think I see things and I have a filter. I have this fractal filter. I take in, absorb it, spit it out. I think it's like, it started one place and it's turned into this. And that's been like literally years of just re-editing what I've been inspired by and trying to figure out. That re-editing being like, it kind of starts at one place, really happy with it, but I'm constantly trying to evolve what I'm doing and make it better. Because from the beginning, when I even just got into graffiti, the whole thing is about, I wanted to be a style master. I wanted to learn, can't control, be a style master. I'm easily bored with things. And the work that I create is to satisfy this need to see something different and new. If I'm not getting it from my contemporaries, I'm looking for it from artists from the past. If I'm not getting it there, I gotta find my own way to make something new for me to see. And that's first and foremost, beyond just making public work. I'm just trying to really challenge myself.
I believe that reality doesn't exist. I believe reality is just a joke that somebody tells us to do. And I think we're living in a dream, actually. I completely let the things do by chance. I am not in control about what I'm doing. I'm just like choosing some options, but at the end of the day, the things happen as it has to be. The piece is already made on that canvas before I do it. I don't know how, but it's just there.
I don't pretty much have this formal finale of an idea. I just kind of let it form itself. I do possibly occasionally start with a sketch. I'll look through the notebook. If there's some little bit of a section I drew that I was like, okay, let me expand on that. Let me see where it'll go. And if you even compare that to the end result of the piece I worked on based on the sketch, it gets completely lost. And then I find myself feeling like, oh, I should have stuck to it, but then no, don't just let it go. Let it take you there.
As I do, they try to find another reality, which is we are fed up with all those pictures of being reality advertising and everywhere, where they try to let us buy things or looking better than we were before. Like you've always been confronted with some lies everywhere, and in the visual world. So that's why we can have like a little door to get out of that and meditate our own stuff, just because we don't use it. I'm using it just to make that door visible to the invisible.
Some people are doing it because they think it's easy. It's not really easy, you know. It's involved, it's thought out. It's not just, I'm just throw a square here and it's gonna like fix the thing. It's not really about that. It's about constructing a concept and an image based on what works and what's right. And there's no right or wrong answer, I think. That's the other thing. I think that realm of abstraction, it doesn't have any rules, like, sort of doesn't have rules. So there's a freedom there. And the thing is, if you are gonna do that, prepare for criticism, you know, and prepare to probably be compared to other artists that have been doing it for years.
Just do it for yourself first and not for anybody else. Just do what you come, just do what you need to do. Everything is based on your little source. Don't think if it's good, don't think it's bad, just do it.
I think kids in this day and age have amazing opportunities for them, but I'm worried that they're immediately trying to get the dollar. And art isn't always where the dollar comes from. Even myself, like 20 years into writing the name, but 10 years into doing the business, it's still always going to be a challenge. I'm not waiting for the place where I can rest. I'm just continuing to work. So really, I think the end result is just sticking to it and doing it for yourself. And, you know, and if it's not for the dollar, that's even better. But, you know, if it does go there,